So, I'm just looking at you, Nephi. I can see that you're, you've lost more weight. Like you're looking really fat, looking awesome. Have you, what have you been doing, like, in the way of exercise? Because last time I spoke to you, you've been doing some exercise. How's that going?
Yeah, the exercise is because I'm in a routine now. Like, I'm doing a thing called ZDP yoga, walking. I'm not saying that I'm a macho man running around the block 10 times, because that's just not possible at the moment. But like where I live up in Panawanika, they've got these like walk paths, and I basically just started walking, and I started doing like half an hour, and from that half an hour to an hour, and just progress each day. Like, I don't walk every day. I was like walking probably 3 times a week. Then I'll do a bit of yoga, go to the pool. And just from there, the more I took Xerveo motion, the energy just increased. Because you're just like, oh man, you got so much energy. You just thought, I might just get up at early in the morning and just go for a walk. Because up here where I live, it gets pretty hot pretty fast. So yeah, it just continues on from there. And the eating, cutting down that is out big time. I mean, you can sort of notice on my face, because when I first started, my face was pretty puffy, and it's like on my Facebook profile picture. That's the picture that I took, and I've been wanting to change it for ages. But once I get a bit down, I'll probably change it one day.
Well, it's on the side of your screen. I mean, like on that third row, got there. Like I look at that compared to now, and it's a massive change.
Oh, big time. Yeah. I mean, that was taking a while ago, but like, I probably, when I first started, I was a bit bigger, like, than that. When I think before, probably about 2 or 3 months before even Xerveo came into my life, I probably was weighing about 215. I was only guessing because I was that big. But I started jumping on these fruit juice and green smoothies, and just I wasn't exercising, but I was just doing that stuff because my mum has introduced it into my life, and I started liking it. And fruit juice was a bit hard at the start, so I looked at it and thought, well, I reckon I weighed about that much, 215, 218, and I was on that, and then got introduced to Xerveo. Then I thought, no, I'm going to start a program. I'm going to go and do it properly. And I had to. The biggest task was to find a scale that could take the weight, because in town I was going to the medical centre, and so can you take a person that's 200 kgs and go to 150? So that's always been the problem. So I sorted out a scale in a town that's 2 hours size, and I asked them, can I take that weight? And they said, yeah, it's a medical scale, and it can take a wheelchair, someone in a wheelchair, they have to weigh a person in a wheelchair. And I said, okay, then can I make an appointment to come and see you? And they said, yep. So I went in. I mean, I've got photos on my page, my Work with Nephi page, of when I first weighed in. And I jumped on it, and it said 202, so I thought all those green smoothies that I was taking beforehand, they had worked, but it just wasn't fast enough. And then Bro Lawrence, he introduced me to Xerveo and Xerveo Motion. I was like, oh, sweet. And I sort of did, some research, like I do with a lot of businesses that we sort of look at. Finally ordered my product, jumped on it, and it's just been an awesome journey since then. And just seeing the community and just seeing the people in my own family jump on it, and it's just, it's doing wonderful things.
Awesome. David, do you have any questions that you want to, because you haven't quite started yet, but do you have any questions, like you haven't started taking Xerveo? Do you have any questions of Nephi or TJay?
Yeah, Nephi, I picked you because you've been on the product a little bit longer and so the side effects. Is there any side effects that you've come across since taking the product?
Since taking it, probably I would have to say no. No side effects, actual no medical side effects or anything like that. Probably the only side effect is that you just want to have it, every day. You can limit yourself to 2 cans a day.
Yeah.
And 6 a week.
TJay, because you've been without the product for a few weeks now, what are the side effects that you've noticed that you haven't had the product?
I can't say that I've had any side effects. It's just more, I don't want to lose that progress from drinking the Xerveo. So I try to just keep on trying to just keep eating properly. I get a lot of exercise running after my girls, but I haven't felt any different other than I really want it. Just to feel like, just to have the drink again, but I haven't had any side effects from it. I haven't anything bad happen from not having it for a period of time. But yeah, no, nothing bad. Just all good.
Yeah.
But even now, I still feel like I don't get as hungry as what I used to. I find my meals have still stayed the same. They haven't gotten any bigger. They're still cut in half to what I was when I was on the drink. But yeah, even though I haven't been on it for about 2 weeks now, going on 2 weeks now, my meals have stayed the same. I still feel the same. I haven't, felt any different from not taking it. Whereas on other things, when I stop a certain program or certain something that I'm doing, I find that I'll go back to eating a lot more or eating back the same way that I used to eat. Whereas with this, I kind of just maintain the same way I've eaten while I was taking Xerveo.
Nephi, like Brother TJay says, it's just smaller portions and cleaner eating while on the Xerveo drink. Yes.
It's really amazing, because I've noticed over the last week, I've had to remind myself to eat. Like, I'd have a breakfast, lunch, but then sometimes I just don't feel like tea, because you know how sometimes you get a stomach rumbling, and you say, it must be time for a feed. I just don't get it. It's kind of strange, but I'll basically have something to eat, but it could be just like fruit at night time. Or I would have something that's a little bit lighter than what I used to have. Because beforehand, if I was a bit hungry, I'd just go down to the takeaway bar and get a hamburger and chips. But now it's curbed the eating big time. Even if I did go to the shop and get something, portion sizes are just cut right down. And that's just wrong.
Yeah, I noticed with my wife, she'd find it hard to know what to eat as well. Like, she'd be kind of hungry, and then she'd think, I want to have that, I don't want that, or she would have something to eat, and then she wouldn't finish it. She would only get sort of halfway through it, and it was almost like she couldn't believe it. She's like, I'm full, and normally she would eat that whole meal, but she just says, if I have any more of this, I'm going to feel sick. So that's what I've seen with her, which was quite a bizarre feeling for her, like just that whole experience, that whole appetite suppression. You know, she's saying she's hungry, and then next minute she's not, and then like just swing back and forth a bit. And I think that's what the Garcinia Cambogia does. It just suppresses your appetite that way.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think today I'll probably last ate about 5 o'clock. But that was lunch, so I haven't really had tea yet. But I'm not at a phase where the old tummy's grumbling. I need something to eat. But yeah, I'd rather sort of just jump on here and just have a chat to the boys. And it's strange, like like you're saying, your wife, Samika. It's just some things you just look at and you think, no, you don't need to eat that. And so yeah, it's can't explain it really.
The same sort of thing for you too, TJ. That sort of feeling as well.
Yeah, especially like because I got to go down the road, and I volunteer just down the road at a food parcel place. Place is full of food, full of junk food, but they also have veggies, fruits and veg. But I also find myself I have to remind myself to go and have lunch or to go and have a break and have something to eat because I find myself not eating through the day. Like I'll have a big breakfast and then I'll come home and have dinner, like because I'll forget to eat during the day, and then just stuff like that. I know I should be eating like in my certain times, but I just forget because I'm not hungry.
Yeah. David, did you have any other questions that you wanted to ask?
No, it's just that I'm looking forward to forgetting to have lunch and tea because I'm always reminding myself that it's lunchtime, it's tea time, Oh, geez, look, it's 12 o'clock, it's time to eat.
True.
Okay. I can't wait for you to get your Xerveo, Dave. It'd be awesome to.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be soon.
Good thing I'm a patient man, eh?
Yeah, it's true.
TJ, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask David or Nephi?
No, it's just good, like seeing other fellas like in the same boat. Kind of thought I was the only one, but it's good to see that. Well, it's not good to see, but it's like good to know that not the only one like my size jumping on this thing. So, and it's good to know that it's real people.
Yeah.
There's a few of us around, bro.
Guys, that's one of the goals that Corey and I, when we discussed it, like being guys of our size, and we've got a lot of wahine out there that are probably our size, and we're not people that like to just put ourselves in the limelight, is what I've noticed. We tend to hide away from a lot of things. For a while there, I was a bit of a hermit, never went out. Sort of just stayed in my room and did my own sort of thing. And since this has come on board, I've always thought, well, if there's a weight loss product that's going to work, I want to jump on social media and tell my story because there's lots of us out there. And we all pretty much suffer in silence. There's my experience being big is that I've been out of work for probably good 2 to 3 years because I was living down in Perth and I was doing a bit of work, and you go to sort of job agencies and like, I just want to do a bit of a forklift work. And the first thing that they do is, even though they sort of don't say it, is that they'll look you up and down. And they'll say, okay, we'll take your resume, and you don't get a call back. So that's what I've sort of been going through. I mean, I've applied for jobs here in town. Yeah, same thing, no callback. So, you know, for me, it's a matter of life and death to get my weight down so I can go back to working life and a normal life. And that's why I wanted to, you know, when I saw Dave's story in the comments in the testimonial page, I made a connection with Dave. And I saw TJ's story when brother also chucked it up. And I thought, man, I'd love to get in contact with that bro as well. But I was a bit busy, and I was trying to, you know, find out, you know, if we can get this thing together. And I'm really glad that you fellas connected tonight, and that's what we want to continue, just to, you know, support each other.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, but I've pretty much been on a discipline for near on 7 to 8 years. I come from a background of fishermen. I used to work on fishing trawlers all around the ocean, all around Australia. I did that for many years, and on the off season I drove road trains. But then my health started deteriorating. My hips started getting really, really bad. So I reverted to doing face-to-face marketing, doing sales face-to-face, and I found that, you know, I was pretty good. And my mum says, "Why don't you get into sales?" And I says, "I'm not a salesman." She goes, "You can't even sit at the bus stop without talking to somebody." And then I found out that my mouth could make me money, so I got out there and started. But then my hips started getting really, really bad, and when you're in pain, your expression is everything when you're doing sales. So instead of being mean to the customers or, you know, to the parker out there, I looked like I was one of those big scary Marys that wanted to thump them into buying your product, you know. I always knew my size was an issue, but, you know, like how I came across to the public is that I just come across with an inviting attitude, but it's gotten that bad these days that I've really got to start doing something about it, and I'm glad I connected with you fellas. The hardest thing is connecting with positive people that want to move forward with their life and to do something with their life, and to be able to share these stories, not only with us here in this group, but with the world as well, you know, because there's a lot of people out there. It doesn't matter whether they're big people or whether they're people that just want to trim up. Everybody has a story, everybody has a journey, yeah?
Yep.
Too much.
Awesome. It's been a real privilege to spend this time with you, TJay, David, Nephi, and you know, like I'm wrapped to just see you guys come together, and you know, I know there's more people out there. I saw a comment on Facebook, a lady that wants to, you know, to jump on and get involved in the next one that we do, and you know, just to track the journey and keep supporting each other, because it's a support network, you know. Even though we're all across Australia, and you know, and I'm sure there'll be people back home in New Zealand as well, that we can, you know, come together and you know, as you progress, you can encourage and share ideas on how to help each other, and that's what it's about. Okay, well,
Yes.
has anyone got anything else they want to add? If not, or any other questions, we might wrap it up soon.
Yeah, no, just thanks. Just thanks again.
All good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for getting in contact with us. It's really good to know that there are, you know, other people out there with similar stories as myself. You know, struggling with their weight, and you know, having their weight like stop them from progressing in life and doing what they want to do and accomplish. And but yeah, just thanks again. But definitely we'll keep in contact, and you know, be awesome to have a support group and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you, boys, for jumping on. We've got another brother that we're going to invite as well, but tonight he had to work till about, I think, 11 o'clock East Coast time. And, you know, the thing is, if you find anyone that, is, you know, you're bringing on to Xerveo, the product, and just, you know, let them know about the support group that we're going to try and start. I mean, like, for now, we'll probably just start, you know, the Hangouts. You know, we've got probably enough pages on Facebook to gather support from other people. But, you know, if you guys are up for it, we could even just start our own page and just, or our own group. But that's up to you guys. You know, we've probably got enough there to you know, keep us going. But our Hangouts are, you know, I'd really like to keep that going, and just, you know, in 12 months' time, boys, we could, you know, all be sitting here in our skinny jeans, you know, just having a good laugh about 12 months ago. You know?
Too Mexican, bro. Too Mexican.
You know, I don't know about skinny jeans, but yeah. That's,
Yeah.
Who wears speedos, brother?
But yeah, nah, 21 boys. I loved the connections live. It was awesome. You know, the boys.
David, you might be on the G Stream with those other buff-looking Māori fellas. You're living in Surfers Paradise, eh, in 12 months?
Oh, bro, they'll have to move aside, man. The beach is not big enough for me and those fellas, man. They'll have to move aside.
Too funny, cause no, that's one thing about the boys. There, you know, we've all got a good sense of humour, and it's good to see that tonight. I really loved it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, brother.
We'll wrap it up. Thanks
No worries.
again. And
Cool.
No worries. Ka kite anō.
I'll keep it.
Laters.
Latest.